+1 political science, and the book is Political Theory. And chapter number 4, Social Justice. Social relates to society. Justice, in Hindi we call it न्याय, which is just. जो सही है, वो न्याय है. जो सही नहीं है, वो अन्याय है. Fine. So the topic is social justice. We start it just as we intuitively understand what love means, even if we cannot explain all different shades of meaning, we also have an intuitive understanding of justice, even though we may not be able to define it precisely. Social justice को अलग अलग तरीके से लिया गया है. You cannot define it properly. But let me tell you one thing. Just means just. दिन है तो सच में दिन. That this day is means day. उजाला है. You cannot say it night. It could be evening, it could be morning, it could be afternoon, it could be noon. But it is a day. It cannot be night. Right? This is the answer. In that sense, justice is a lot like love. In addition, both love and justice evoke passionate responses from their advocates. And as with love, no one hates justice. No one hates justice. If you ask a criminal and you ask him, do you want justice? The criminal will also say, yes, he wants justice, so that he should be out of the prison. Everyone wants justice for oneself and to some extent for others also. हर कोई अपने लिए न्याय चाहता है और ऐसा नहीं है कि दूसरों के लिए वो अन्याय चाहता है. वो अन्याय कभी कभी कर बैठता है, पर हो सकता है possible है that he don't want it, but unknowingly or knowingly, with the circumstances, under the pressure of circumstances, he did it. But somehow, some person, many persons, I must say like this, they don't want to face injustice. And they don't want to do injustice also for the other people. But unlike love, which is an aspect of a relationship with a few people whom we know well, justice concerns our life in society. Justice concerns a life in society. हमारी life society में जो बातें हैं वो justice के ऊपर है, न्याय के ऊपर है. Justice concerns our life in society and the which public life is ordered and the principles according to which social good and social duties are distributed among the different members of the society. As such, questions of justice are of central importance for politics. So, एक बार याद रखिएगा, whenever in politics, if in politics social injustice is there, any type of injustice is there, and if the injustice is rampant, the daily routine, let me tell you one thing, that political aspect, that political scenario will be turned into a chaos scenario. वहां पे डेमोक्रेसी पार्लियामेंट काम नहीं कर सकते जहां पे बहुत ज्यादा इनजस्टिस हो. And let me tell you one thing, कि this chapter justice is not in the 21st century. It is from the good many centuries ago, when that human being is on the as a human being, they start living in the society. Then the society has its own rule and regulation, and from that particular day they said that they are a rule and regulation. Nobody will break this rule and regulation law, and there will be justice for everyone. right? BC, before Christ started, Socrates and in the Greece itself. Right. After going through this chapter, going through this chapter, uh, we will be able to know and we will be able to identify some principles, some principles of justice which have been put forward in different society at different periods of time. Different society and different periods of time. कुछ प्रिंसिपल को हम बताएंगे, देखेंगे, सोचेंगे जो डिफरेंट टाइम में डिफरेंट प्रिंसिपल्स डिफरेंट समय के अंदर जस्टिस के लिए, सोशल जस्टिस के लिए कही गई हैं. इस इन हिंदी. Then explain what's meant by distributive justice, जिसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया जा सके. एक ऐसा जजमेंट जो सबको दिया जा सके, जो सबके लिए न्यायप्रिय हो. इसे एक्सप्लेन करना होगा. Discuss John Rawls' argument that a fair and just society would be in the interest of all members of the society and could be defended at all national ground. Means rational ground means जो चीज न्याय है वो सबके लिए न्याय है. Which is just, it is just for everyone. It should be, which means the rule and regulation is compulsory for everyone. Social justice is compulsory for everyone. That's why, courts are there. Police is there to put you before the court. They can't give you the justice. न्यायालय, न्याय प्लस आलय, जो हम पे न्याय का घर है, the judges, they used to give you the justice. Right? So this is justice, and now we start the part. What is justice? न्याय क्या है? All cultures and tradition have grappled with question of justice, although they may have interpreted the concept in different ways. Justice को अलग-अलग तरीके से लिया है. Fine. For instance, in ancient Indian society, justice was associated with dharma. पुराने जमाने में, पुराने हमारे ग्रंथों के अंदर न्याय को धर्म से माना गया है. न्याय और धर्म. Or in which the king has the duty to give the nyaya to everyone. So justice was associated with dharma and maintaining dharma or just a social order. Social order means society, there should be no chaos in the society. That everyone should be under the social order, no chaos should be there. Was considered to be the primary duty of kings. It's the primary duty of kings. In China, Confucius, the famous philosopher, argued that kings should maintain justice by punishing wrongdoers and rewarding virtuous. और चाइना में कॉन्फ्यूशियस ये कहते हैं, उन कॉन्फ्यूशियस की फिलॉसफी ये कहती है कि जो राजा है वो गलत काम करने वालों को सजा दे और रिवॉर्ड करे जिन्होंने अच्छा काम किया है. बुद्धिमान लोगों को रिवॉर्ड देना चाहिए. Then those person जिन्होंने क्राइम किया है, अपराध किया है, they have to be punished by the king. In 4th century BC Athens is in Greece, Yunnan, I told you just now. Plato discussed issues of justice in his book. Plato, a philosopher, great philosopher, दार्शनिक था वो, जिन्होंने जस्टिस के बारे में बहुत सी बातें कही. द रिपब्लिक में उन्होंने कहा, रिपब्लिक, what do you mean by republic? Republic means where head of the state is being elected by the people. It means Greece was a republic at that time. That time in Yunnan was a republic. And the people, they used to choose their own king. So the republic, through a long dialogue between Socrates and his young friends. Socrates was a teacher, and young friends meant his disciples. Glaucon and Antiminatus. Plato explained why we should be concerned about justice. The young people asked Socrates why we should be just. हमें न्याय प्रिय क्यों होना चाहिए? जबकि हम ये देखते हैं जो बेसिकली अन्याय करते हैं, the people who are doing unjust to the other society, to the other people. They are not doing good. They are doing all sort of things which is against the law. They are corrupted. They are corrupt people. Corruption is there in the society. They, force to the other people to be corrupt also. They are enjoying the life, he said. They're enjoying the life. And the man who wants to be the just, who don't want to do any injustice to the fellow beings, he's not satisfied from his life. He's always working round the clock to get 2 sections of meal in a day. So the young people asked Socrates, why should we do just? They observed that the people who were unjust seemed to be much better off, बहुत अच्छे हैं वो, who were unjust seem to be much better off than who were just. Compare करो, कई लोग, the people who are corrupt, and don't say, but sometimes the politicians also, we are all know that criminalization in politics, criminal and politics. They have got sometimes they used to walk hand in hand. Those who twisted rules to serve their interests, avoided paying taxes, were willing to be lie or willing to lie, जो झूठ बोलते हैं, जो सरकार को टैक्स नहीं देते. At that time also, in Yunnan, in Greece, taxes were there. The rich people, the rich men, the rich person of the society, they have to pay the taxes to the king. वो झूठ बोलते थे कई बार, right? But they used to, amass the money. बहुत पैसा होता था उनके पास. And be disciple were often more successful in the life than those who were truthful and just. वो लोग सक्सेसफुल भी हो जाते थे लाइफ के अंदर, जो अन्याय करते थे, दूसरों को तंग करते थे, करप्शन करते थे, करप्ट थे, पैसा जमा करते थे, जमाखोर थे वो. They were happy than the one person who is very just, जो न्याय प्रिय था और न्याय का काम करता था, न्याय से काम करता. If one were smart enough to avoid being caught, then it would be seen that being unjust is better than being just. वैसे काम कर देता था कि कोई इसको पकड़ ना पाए और बचा रहे. तो क्यों ना अनजस्ट बना जाए, क्यों ना अन्याय किया जाए, क्यों ना टैक्स की चोरी की जाए जिससे बहुत पैसा हो. उससे सॉक्रेटिस से एक स्टूडेंट ने पूछा. तो सॉक्रेटिस ये कह रहे, he said that if everyone used to think like this, then there will be a chaos. Then if everyone thinks that he will be unjust and he will amass money, he will not accept the rule and regulation, he will amass money from the corruption. Everyone used to think this way. then the whole society will be under the chaos. It will be a chaotic society. No rule and regulation will be there. Common man of the person who is not doing any injustice, he will suffer. In society, everything cannot be unjust. Let me tell you one thing. अन्याय तो होगा. देख लीजिए कहीं ना कहीं अन्याय हो रहा है. It is there. Unjust will be there. But we have to fight with injustice. We have to fight. You may have heard people expressing similar sentiments even today. आज भी यही लोग कहते हैं यार उसने तो करप्शन करके कितना पैसा बना लिया. हम ड्यूज भी पूरी कर देते हैं, हम टैक्सेस भी देते हैं, बट फिर भी वी आर नॉट हैप्पी विद आवर ओन ends. Right. So Socrates remind that these young people that if everyone were to be unjust, if everyone manipulated rules to suit their own interests, no one could be sure that of benefiting from injustice. Nobody would be secure, and this was likely to harm all of them. इससे क्या होगा? हम ये सभी अनजस्ट होने शुरू हो गए. इससे क्या होगा? इससे ये होगा कि हम सबको नुकसान का होगा. We have to face a lot of trouble. We have to face a lot of loss in the society, loss of values. It is our own long-term interest to obey the laws and be just. तो ये हमारे भले के लिए है कि बेसिकली कि हम न्यायपूर्वक रहे, न्यायप्रिय बने. Socrates clarified that we need to understand clearly what just means in order to figure out why it is so important to be just. He explained that the justice does not only mean doing good to our friends and harm to our other enemies or pursuing your own interests. Justice involves the well-being of all people. तो सॉक्रेट ये कहता है अपने छात्रों को, अपने डिसिपल को कि जस्ट का मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप अपने लिए ही सोचो या अपने दोस्तों की सोचो कि दैट आई विल डू माय बेस्ट टू माय फ्रेंड्स, I will do my best to my families, I will do my best on who are on depending on me, my parents, my brothers, my sisters, my family, my friends. No. Just means or justice means justice for everyone living in the society, a complete human being. That is called justice. अपने लिए ही नहीं करना, दूसरों के बारे में भी सोचना है हमको. We have to think for others, not for just ourselves. That will be a meaning of a selfish nature. एक selfish nature बन जाएगा. And selfish person cannot be satisfied at any moment or at any time. So, it is justice means well-being for all the people, for all people, just as a doctor is concerned with the well-being of his or her patients. डॉक्टर के पास कोई भी जाए, वो चाहता है वो ठीक हो. डॉक्टर क्या करेगा? हर एक पेशेंट को अच्छा करने की कोशिश करेगा. Similarly, the just ruler or just government must be concerned with the well-being of the people. Ruler, the government of the today's society, ruler of earlier society, they should do the best for their people. लोगों के लिए अच्छा करें. Ensuring the well-being of people includes giving each person his dues. तो basically जिसको जितना चाहिए उसको उतना दे दिया जाए, जिसको जितना जिसके लिए वो काम कर रहा है उसको उसके ड्यूज पूरी कर दी जाए. Right. So that is, if we are doing our justice, if we are doing our job in a proper way, it means we are doing justice. हम अपना काम, अपनी ड्यूटी पूरी अच्छे से कर रहे हैं. We are doing our duty properly. It's a justice, and everyone is doing his duty, suppose, then there will be no corruption. Duty means duty. आपका जो कर्तव्य आप ठीक से करो, then there will be no chaos in the society. Right? Next, in next video. Till then, take care and have a nice time. Thank you.